Hello everyone, welcome to my talk of episode 12 of Dragon Ball Daima, titled True Strength. And before we continue on, let me say one thing first of all. Happy New Year everyone! Let's make 2025 great! And also, couldn't they have taken their break a week earlier? Why now? The time that I'm back home. They couldn't have taken the break when I was gone. I have been sitting on this episode for a week. And it's the best episode of Daima. Because it finally gives us what we have been asking for decades. And I mean decades. For about 30 years-ish. Give or take. But before we get into that, let's get into the episode itself. Now, I will split this kind of thing up in 3 parts. Starting off, we have the Vegeta versus the Kraken. So Vegeta, at the end of last episode, got slapped over to the Kraken. Was about to fall into its mouth, and it looks like the Kraken has eaten it. And then Goku, out of concern, he's like, Vegeta, are you okay? And then the Kraken comes and tries to eat him. However, Goku then sees Vegeta hanging on, and he is not, in fact, been eaten. So, Vegeta fights against both the Kraken and against Tamagami 2, and goes Super Saiyan as well. However, that is not enough, and he gets eaten by the Kraken. So Vegeta goes Super Saiyan 2 to escape. And then the Kraken is like, you know what? I'm sick of this, alright? I'm bored. I'm going home. Deal with your own stuff, okay? I'm just gonna go, okay? You people aren't fun, alright? I just wanted a bit of a lunch, and you people ruined it. I don't like you. I'm going home. So, Vegeta now fights against Tamagami 2 with Super Saiyan 2, and he gets the upper hand also. I like the detail that they have in here, where the Super Saiyan 2 hairstyle is sharper. I like that. Because with Vegeta, it's kind of difficult to see in which form that he's in. But he gets the upper hand, he almost beats him. And then we have Neva, who becomes quite interested to see full potential Vegeta, I guess. Because he powers up the Tamagami too. Because of the fact that the Saiyans liked a challenge. So now Vegeta is on the losing end. And yeah, he can't really win. He eventually gets hit in the water. Now, before we continue on, I will go over to see what's happening with Tamagami 1 and 2. So they are having an interesting fight. A bit of a silly fight. But I like the creativity that they're using with Do. However, and Do, when he has the perfect upper hand to win, decides I won't want to fight anymore. You know what I want? I just want a piece of chocolate. So he starts crying for a piece of chocolate. So Ku is like, alright, I'm gonna get some chocolate. And then Do gets a bit beaten up until Ku returns and he throws the chocolate into Do's mouth. And Do eats it and then fights against the Tamagami 1 again, who then powers himself up once he sees milk tanks roll out heading for him. However, Do then wins the battle. But that's not all, as we know of Tamagami 3. So now he has to answer a question. And the question is simple. Add up all of the numbers that you see. However, eventually the numbers start spinning so fast that basically you cannot see it with the naked eye. Also, you are basically telling this to the dumbest character here. What's wrong with you? However, turns out Ku is actually a genius. Because he then answers the question silently. Do hears it, answers the question, turns out it's correct. I was like, Ku, my boy! And then when Ku asks for praise, he gets ignored. Because this is the Do show, I guess. But he's a positive guy. Man, I really like Ku. Look, his design, is it dumb? Yes. Is it Toriyama? Also, yes. But like, the dude's a fun guy. What can I say? I like him a lot. I think he's really good. But they now have Dragon Ball number 1, which could be a bit of a problem later on. So, back with Vegeta. He is now in the water. However, what Tamagami 2 does not understand is that when Vegeta is in the water, he is at his most powerful. Because then he is Water Vegeta. And no one beats Water Jeets. Nobody beats that. So, Vegeta, realizing that there's no way he's gonna be able to win at all, decides to go even further beyond. And he starts to power up, and power up, and power up, until he reaches Super Saiyan 3! Finally! After 30 years, Vegeta has become Super Saiyan 3. Now, the thing is that the design of Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta that we get in Daima from Toriyama is different than the Super Saiyan 3 design that we got from Raging Blast 2 and other games that I don't remember, but Raging Blast 2. And that is because of the fact that Raging Blast 2's design was not designed by Toriyama himself. This was. But I never thought I'd see the day that Vegeta would go Super Saiyan 3. I always knew the dude had it in him, okay? I mean, he never was able to do it in the shows, or at least we never saw him do it, but I always knew, I always had faith that my boy, he could go Super Saiyan 3. He just didn't want to, because the form is garbage. Now, I'm gonna say something that's probably gonna get me burned by the Dragon Ball fans. I like Super Saiyan 3. I never have, I never will. I'll just be honest about that. I don't like it. However, the reason for that is actually not what you think. It's just the lack of eyebrows that I absolutely despise about Super Saiyan 3. Like, I saw, like, the Super Saiyan 3 Rosé, or whatever that stupid form was called, and they gave him eyebrows, and I was like, that looks so much better. I like it now. Why didn't they do this before? But they didn't. So, Super Saiyan 3 doesn't have eyebrows. Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta doesn't have eyebrows either. However, people might say that this will cause for an error with future stuff. No, it doesn't, actually. If you're smart, it doesn't cause error at all. If you are an actual Dragon Ball fan, you will understand why Vegeta going Super Saiyan 3 here doesn't contradict anything that we see in Dragon Ball Super. Because I've seen the discourse online about why didn't he go Super Saiyan 3 against Beerus. Because he couldn't. Okay? Look, Bulma gets slapped. Vegeta gets angry. That means he can't go Super Saiyan 3. Because anger doesn't activate Super Saiyan 3. With how much of a hothead Vegeta is, you really didn't think that he would be able to go Super Saiyan 3 earlier if it only required anger? I mean, come on, dude. Come on. Be realistic. He wouldn't be able to go Super Saiyan 3 against Beerus because he was angry. People literally call the form that he uses, the Super Saiyan 2 form, that he uses against Beerus, Super Saiyan 2 Enraged. Because it is rage. In order to be Super Saiyan 3, you have to be calm. You have to focus your energy and concentrate your energy in order to push out Super Saiyan 3. Yeah, you can do that when you're angry. When you're angry, your energy is all over the place. So it doesn't work. But going Super Saiyan 3 when you're focused is the only way to do it. So it doesn't contradict anything. And if you think it does, you know nothing of Dragon Ball. So Vegeta goes Super Saiyan 3, Goku's like, oh my god, he went Super Saiyan 3, I didn't expect that, just like all of us. And then Bulma's like, well, he has been training. And also, if you're gonna complain about the fact, how is Vegeta able to achieve Super Saiyan 3 this soon after Buu? Like, this is 1 year after Buu. 1 year after he saw the form. Well, that's the thing, he saw the form. He saw Goku use Super Saiyan 3. That kind of shows him how to do it, in a sense. If Goku didn't use anger, he used concentration. That's where Vegeta started his training in order to unlock Super Saiyan 3. However, he also knows that Super Saiyan 3 is actual garbage. Because it is. It drains your stamina so much that using it is literally a death wish. Let's just say that. Unless you can beat the opponent fast, you're better off just using Super Saiyan 2. It's as simple as that. But he goes Super Saiyan 3. He fights against Tamagami 2 with its empowered form and basically beats it. And also, I guess Daima decides to do the whole prequel thing of let's give a useless detail that nobody cares about. As in, why did Vegito fight without using his arms? Turns out it was a Vegeta thing. It's like, how did Wolverine get his jacket that we learned in X-Men Orange Wolverine? You know, a useless detail. We need to get that. So why does Vegito fight with his arms crossed and only really kicks? That's because of Vegeta. I didn't need to know that, but it was cool. It was really cool the way that Vegeta just dominates. He dominates that fight, eventually uses a Gallic gun, and then punches him, and then catches him in the air, and he wins. Toriyama's one and only Super Saiyan 3 W. This is the only time Toriyama's ever given Super Saiyan 3 a W. Because before this, the only thing we really had was the 13th movie. Wrath of the Dragon is the only time that Super Saiyan 3 was able to get a W. And I know what people are gonna say about the whole, you know, future Trunks in the Goku Black arc, where it's like, in the anime, Goku going Super Saiyan 3 won against Trunks. That didn't really happen in the manga. In the manga, the fight was called off, you know? So, technically, that isn't really what Toriyama wrote. This is Toriyama's one and only Super Saiyan 3 W. I guess Toriyama, potentially knowing that his end was there, was like, what have I forgotten to do? Because, in case you don't know, Toriyama forgets a lot, okay? He is a forgetful guy. If you know Dragon Ball, you know how forgetful that guy is. But he's like, alright, Vegeta, Super Saiyan 3, and a Super Saiyan 3 victory. Let's combine them into one. And I love this. This is why I love the episode. I have rewatched this sequence over and over on Twitter. A lot, actually. I love Vegeta going Super Saiyan 3. It's a really cool sequence. I also like the hair. By the way, the hair is based off of concept art from the original Super Saiyan 3 design that Toriyama made. And I don't mind the fact that it doesn't go down. I like the fact that Vegeta gets like a unique Super Saiyan 3 form. I love it. But now that Vegeta has won, he now has to answer the question. And why does he get a biscuit question? Come on, dude. Alright, so Timmy has like 15 biscuits. He gives half of his biscuits to Jiro. Jiro then gives 2 back because he feels like he was a bit too greedy. But then these people steal some. How many biscuits does Timmy the Snake have by the end? So Vegeta is like, what am I supposed to do? And Bulma's like, he's bad at these type of things. So Vegeta thinks, and he's like, none. He's not able to eat any of them. And that's because of the fact that snakes can't eat biscuits. Turns out that is true. And the reason Vegeta knows that is apparently on planet Vegeta they had snakes and biscuits, I guess. Alright, cool. Why not? And afterwards, Goku's like, hey, look, I got a bug here that will restore you, kind of like a senzu bean. You want to eat it? And Vegeta's like, ew, no. I am too refined for bugs now. And to anyone who is wondering how does Goku know that Vegeta used to eat bugs, well, that's probably something that Vegeta said to Bulma, Bulma said to Chi-Chi, Chi-Chi said to Goku, like that, or maybe just something that Vegeta once said to Goku. Who's to say? Off-screen land is a magical land where a lot can happen. I mean, come on, Goku unlocks Super Saiyan 3 in off-screen land for the first time. Anything can happen in off-screen land. So now we got the second Dragon Ball, and also the bad guys have one of the Dragon Balls as well. And also throughout this episode, Goma was watching the whole thing. And I'm like, what is your purpose in this show? Because you have done nothing but watch the big screen television for this entire show. So I'm interested to see what that's going to be like. Also, the gang is now heading to Demon World #1. So we're getting closer to the clash. And also, apparently, this show is only going to have 20 episodes. So we are actually basically in the final stretch right now. I am very excited to see where we're going to go next. I'm a big fan of Dragon Ball Daima. I'm such a big fan that I use my grandma's money in order to buy Dragon Ball Super. I own the entirety of Dragon Ball Super, which you may know because the fact that I did that in the Christmas open box video. But I have now all of Dragon Ball. And to anyone wondering, I am not done with Dragon Ball when Daima is done. Because I think after that, I'm gonna go through all of Dragon Ball. Weekly episode talks of Dragon Ball, and then Z, Kai, and then GT, well, Super, GT, and all that stuff. I'm gonna do one of those things. Here's my little announcement. So starting in, I guess, March, that's gonna happen. But man, do I love Dragon Ball Daima. So, comment down below, let me know your thoughts on this episode of Dragon Ball Daima. What are your opinion on Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta? Comment it down below. And with that being said, thank you all so very much for watching. And I hope you guys have enjoyed. And if you did, please like button, subscribe if you're new, if you're not already, turn on notifications. And don't forget to check out my Let's Play channel, link in the description and at the end of the video. And I guess I will be seeing you guys next week for another episode of Dragon Ball Daima. I'm excited to see what's going to be next. Because how can you top Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta and Super Saiyan 3's first Akira Toriyama W? How can you top that? I don't know, but I'm excited to see. So I'll see you guys next week. Bye!